Okay, guys, I know it's been a bit of a while between drinks, but we've been out doing what we've been doing, and oops, hang on, here we go. While we're here, guys, I mean, there's the ramp. I mean, we're basically, it's not a pinky, You right? Here, pass it over. Yep. You got it?
Yeah.
I might actually have to put you blokes on hold. This might...
It's only £2 fluoro. And it wasn't on the bottom.
Oh, he dropped it, I saw him.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
There's the...
Yeah, we'll show the viewers the killer setup at the moment is that. I mean, it is. Yeah, when you're getting 4 baits out of 1 pippy, because the pinkies are just going nuts. But honestly, as I said, there's the ramp. We could quite comfortably, like those blokes, there's a few blokes up on the pier there, and they could probably quite comfortably pick up a feed, you think, on a day like today. It's the Monday of the long week. Oops, here we go. Monday of the long weekend, and he's dropped that. And honestly, it is just pinky heaven. Pinky heaven. Not a lot of size. Not good size in them, but you could certainly come out and quite comfortably pick up a feed of stuff that is legal. It's sort of ranging from what, 20 to 35. We're on about our 3rd or 4th move for this morning, and if we haven't had 50 pinkies, and I mean, really, we're not even. That's why we're back in close, because we're actually trying to chase some whiting, but the whiting have just not coming to play for us at the moment. But these things happen, I suppose. Since I'm getting excited, I suppose since the last time we've done some footage, there's probably been a few. I think Barry's bought a little bit of gear, so we'll have a quick run round with stuff. That's just the Texan, the Life 5, that doesn't matter. Actually, I'll tell you what, I bought Santa bought a dual whiting rod, and Wainwright had a bit of input into the funny story about how Shimano actually got onto these, but that's for another day. But it's not a bad jigger. A little bit. The only drama is they are still just a whisker short up in the butt. I did lash out and put a butt extension on because my other jewel is comfortably sitting in. Oops, hang on. Here we go again. Could be a kingy.
But I bet it's not.
No.
No. That 2 inches long if it is.
Oh, yes. Yes, we're banging away for some kingies while we've been at it, but, they just don't come and play as often as we'd like. But here, this is just an example of what, we're not going to bother you with the net with this, I wouldn't think, but for where we are again, I mean, that's a comfortable, 30 something, 32,
Yeah.
32, 30, something like 30 something, and there's just There's thousands of them out here, just thousands and thousands and thousands of them. For all the doom and gloom of dredging and the GFC and the whole kit and caboodle in the world's coming to an end, and snapper fishing is pretty ordinary. Geez, the future is looking unbelievably bright. You're just unbelievably bright. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But anyway, there's a jewel, and if you get really keen, there's a jewel and a bloody Stradic C14 with new braid floating in about 4 metres off Mordialloc. But it's been down there for probably 6 weeks now, so I suspect it's probably had the Jolly Roger. But Wayne's nibble tip dual Shimano whiting rods, a little bit of good gear, guys. A little bit of good gear. There's better around, but for the price, they're only 100 and something. 2 tips. I think Wayne even throws in a box of whiting hooks to go with them. So if you're chasing one, I'd go down and get onto them. Swinging right around. Actually, our bait management this year, unbelievably fantastic. We're just pippies, whiting, what am I talking about? Pippies, squid. We've got these most sensational mussels. The mussels we got onto this year, they are horses. You'd get about, I'll pull one out. You could probably get 10 baits out of one. I'm trying to get a little bit of sunshine because we're working in the dark here.
That's one mussel.
So I'll just get you into the sun because I can't see. There we go. That is, yeah. I mean, that is massive. Just massive. All right, swinging around.
That's a Daiwa Wilderness 3-piece travel rod that I broke the tip on at Christmas time, so I got Wayne to put a nibble tip on it. Now it's an exceptional whiting rod.
So that's the go.
With a Stradic CI4 on it, 2500. Then we have a Wayne Custom with a Fireblood on it, 2500. That's my new Loomis with a Daiwa Steez on it for soft plastics.
What's on the other side? There it is. And what sort of weight range is that?
I think it's about a 4 to 10.
Okay.
No, 4 to 8.
4 to 8, is it? Okay. First real crack at it?
Yeah, it seems like a really nice thing. It's very light, really crisp. Then we have just a jewel that I use for bait fishing sort of thing. It's just got 2 pound fluorocarbon on a fluger. That catches. It's just good fun, even when snapper get hold of it.
So, there's the Eggy.
The Berkeley Eggy Master.
Still a good bit of gear.
Yeah, nice thing. Nice thing.
Excellent. All right, guys, we're going to love yous and leave yous because as much as these pinkies are good, this spot sort of sucks for what we're chasing. What started out to be a bit of an ordinary morning when we got down here this morning. It was sort of like even now, I mean, it's certainly flattened out. We're sort of on the top of the tide, and it's probably back to half to 3/4 of a metre. But it was every bit of a metre this morning, a metre and probably another half, 3/4 of a metre on top of it. It was shocking, but which is a little bit disappointing because we came across an old spot we sounded up a while ago, and it was just out of accident yesterday, trying to get away from the pinkies, and it was like, oh, we'll have a crack at this, and when we spoke last night, I went, oh, this spot, we've got to go down and try it because it's the spot. And bugging me dead, the boat in front of us this morning, leaving the ramp, went to exactly the face that I wanted to bloody drop the anchor on. But good luck to them. They beat us to it, and in what was pretty ordinary bit of slop this morning. But I think we were there for 2 minutes, I suppose, before we decided that 2 rods each was just never going to happen. So after about half an hour of, God only knows how many pinkies, and honestly, you know what, if you're going hard and being selective, you would have hit your bag. You would have got very close to your bag on it. Again, not a lot of size in them, so I mean we're just tossing them back because they're just, not what we're chasing, but they're there. They're in massive numbers. Outside that, guys, I can't report much more. I suppose the whiting are starting to come back, but they're a little bit spasmodic. A few kingies getting caught. Guys on the piers doing reasonably okay. Water's a bit here and there. Sometimes, it started to clear up, but that rain last night's put a bit more mud back into it. So maybe 1 or 2 more tides, but the water's certainly looking a little bit healthier. 16 metre, even Pinky's out on 16 metres. It's sort of, a couple of our. This is looking. Just old Phil. Our spots out on 16 metres were just pinky. Simon, it's tough enough as it is. Get off the water. Enough's enough. God almighty. Outside that, guys, I suppose that's about it. There's some sensational gars when they come around. Our burley is an absolute gar killer. We finally found the niche for it. So it is just fantastic. All right, guys, we're going to go do a bit more work, see what we can come up with, and see if we can get a bit of footage. We're desperately chasing a bit of footage of some kingies. We're putting the work in for it, just so as because we need to see it. We need some footage. We need some footage. It's all talk until then. All right, guys, we're out of here. Till later.